Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? Hope all is well. First, of course, we got to thank everybody who is watching my videos, sharing my videos, liking my videos, and subscribing to my channel. Hey, man, I want to thank all of my new subscribers. I really appreciate y'all, man. And I really love the comments, and I am going to respond. I'm actually going to respond to everybody's comment. So this video is about narcissism at its highest level. Dealing with the current situation going on in the country. Excuse me. And I just felt like talking about this right here is going to help us all out, giving us a little insight on, the mindset of where it comes from and the type of people that it comes from. I know right now, the female narcissist is really a hot topic because, excuse me, I just ate y'all. But, because there are so many men that are starting to talk about the issues that, we've been going through. But I am going to tonight that conversation is going to be on another video. Tonight, we're going to talk about, just narcissism from the highest levels. And right now, we're dealing with a serious pandemic. And, the leader of the free world, at least that's what we're being told, is the head narcissist, And if you just look at this guy, look at how he carries himself, look at how he speaks. It's narcissism 101, to say the least. You look at the president. This guy, every subject, it is all about him. So he's what we would call an overt narcissist, because he's right all out there with it, right in your face at all times. He could care less, and that's just who he is. That's his thing. I don't care if he's talking about the Super Bowl. Somehow he's going to take that attention and make it about him. I don't care what it is. This pandemic, well, I knew, I had the answers for it. I had the cure for it. I that, and, I also want to tap into, excuse me, really the mindset of a person, not just a person, because it's not just him. There are a lot of people in leadership roles. You've seen it on your job. You've seen it with your coworkers. You see it all around. But where it stems from is you think about how, even when we talk about America, you go back to slavery. How could someone think on a level of, I want a whole group of people to just be my slave. I want to rule you, and I want you to work for me, and I really pay you nothing, and I get to live like I'm a superstar. That's the mentality of a narcissist. And that's where narcissism really begins, when we talk about, where we are, at least in this country. But I'm not going to limit it to just this country, because narcissism truly is all over the world. But I'm trying to just, talk to some specific points and things that we deal with right here in this country. For somebody to really look at you and decide how I'm going to change everything about you. I want to simply conquer you as an individual and as a people. And right now we can see, how much our president really cares about us. We're dealing with a major, what we think at least he's made us think that it's a major pandemic. We don't know really, very much about it other than it's a flu related, right? Well, since we know some things about narcissism, we do know that everything that comes from our president, we know that it's a lie. Flat out, we know that it's a lie because a lot of us now are starting to really tap into narcissism and really look at what it's about and what it means. And, you cannot look at that guy and take anything that he's saying for face value. Everything is evasive. Everything that he talks about, it's classic. It's classic narcissism. It has to be something that promotes him as an individual, his situation. It has to be, because he's not even going to discuss. If you ever watch him in a press conference, he's not even going to give any type of energy, any type of positive energy to someone who's even questioning anything he doesn't want to answer or a subject he doesn't even want to tap into. I was watching a press conference with him, and an individual asked him, one of the people from the news media, they asked him, about all of the recent government officials, senators, governors that have recently pulled their money out of the stock market. Well, he made it about a Republican issue. He was, and he told, and it was classic narcissism, because even though the young lady who asked the question, because he went into, so you're asking a question, why are all the Republicans doing it? It's always about something that bash the Republicans. See, that's what I'm talking about. He went to change the subject. The lady came back at him just like an empath. Her response to him was, well, let's include the Democrats, because we just want answers. Include everybody, the Democrats and Republicans. You know what he said? He just overtalked her and changed the subject. Classic narcissism. They're not going to allow you, they're never going to allow you to put them in that corner, hold them accountable. That's just not going to happen when you're talking about anything that doesn't glorify them and put them on a pedestal. They're just not interested in it. And he showed just in that entire meeting, just how he can evade different things, how he could just not stay on task when he's asked those hard questions. That's a typical narcissist right there. Anytime you start to, bring information to one of them that isn't something that's going to make them, look good, or just an answer, anything that just requires them telling the truth about something, they're going to hop, skip, jump. They're going to dodge that. That's just not what they do. That's not what they're into. Truth telling. And, right now he just has us, we really just waiting to see what they're going to do. And that's one of the main things I want to focus on in this conversation is, with a narcissist, they're always going to tell you and lead you in one direction. But in the back of your mind, you're going to end up somewhere completely different. Right now we're seeing different things, and you do have to watch out for fake news. I agree with that. But, with a narcissist, it's always going to be, they're showing you what's in their left hand, but that right hand, that right hand is doing something so different. And you later see that, they're just leading you into a rabbit hole. They just, you're just going to be chasing that rabbit hole and running down in there and just going to be clueless until you see what happens. And with a narcissist, you have to hear with your eyes. You cannot listen to those words. You have to listen to them with their actions. Never listen to those words. A narcissist, they're just not the type of people. And the thing is, one of the reasons they lie so much is because they just don't feel compelled. They don't feel any type of attachment to being truthful about anything. That's just who they are. And you can see that the Trump, he's not about that. He's not about that. And never was. He never was. As a matter of fact, he glorifies it. He glorifies how he's not attached to, truth telling and, holding himself accountable for things that the average, ordinary human being, American, is being held to. His thing is like, no, I'm not one of y'all. I'm not going to tell my story or no, I'll give y'all what I want y'all to have. That's the mentality. And, when they talk about the trickle down effect, that's all it is. So when you find yourself dealing with a narcissist and dealing with a person with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, just know that's how you have to see that person. The same way you look at Donald Trump. The same exact way. You have to see that person as, this person is not going to be, one thing that I'm not going to have in a conversation with this person is the truth about anything at any time. They're just not compelled to do that. That's just not who they are. They're the type of people that love mischief. They love lying, stealing, cheating, being underhanded, doing somebody dirty. But the funny thing about them is that they don't want credit for it. That is the odd thing, that they work so diligently, work so hard to be so mischievous. I mean, they stay up late nights, they do their homework, they go without sleep. I mean, they literally go without sleep like they were an entertainer or some famous athlete or something. They go without sleep, anything that they have to do to plot, to plan, to talk and think about how they're going to make their next move, to deceive, to shorthand somebody, to do somebody dirty. That's just their life. That's how they live. And that's what they love doing. They live to do it. I mean, they live to do it. When I was thinking about this, I said, wow, on one hand, he has us thinking about a pandemic. He has us thinking about martial law. He has us thinking about how we're going to eat, how we're going to survive, how we're going to pay our bills, and all of that stuff he's already pre-thought in front of you. And now we just got to sit back and wait. Now, the thing about it is we know he's lying. We know he's lying about what he's talking about, but he's the one who has the button. He gets to push the button, so we have to wait. We have to wait and see what he does, because what he says, we already know it has no value. He'll tell us one thing, and by the end of that sentence, he's telling us something different. And even after he finishes that sentence, he's going to show us something different. But it's classic narcissism written all over it. And the mindset is, that they should just be privileged. That's the mindset. They feel that they should be privileged to have, and you should not have. That's how they truly, I mean, it's a sickness. It's a sickness to even look at somebody that's sick. They should have, and you should not. That's truly what's in their heart. They look at you and look at other people as, we're just suckers. You're just weak and you're stupid. We follow the rules. They take pride in never following the rules. And the thing is, we saw that when he became president, when they demanded to see his taxes. He's like, hey, I'm going to be the first one that didn't show it because I'm not going to show you guys what I pay. Because he doesn't pay. He doesn't pay. He got in there and he's like, hey, man, I'm going to do what I do. I lied to get in here. I cheated to get in here. I stole to get in here. Classic narcissism. It's classic. And when he gets called out on it, on different things, he doesn't care. He's like, hey, I'm a liar. I'm a lie about that. He could care. It doesn't bother him. He's unbothered by it. And that's a narcissist. Lie to you, cheat on you, steal from you. Don't even faze them. It doesn't. He could care less about the situation we're dealing with out here, this pandemic. He just does. And we're sitting here in a position where we don't know what's next. We truly don't know what's next. All we know is every day. Think about this. Think about how close this pandemic is to your experience in your home with a narcissist. You never, day to day, everything changes. You never know what's coming next. Always uncertainty. They just fill with lies, deception, deceit, dishonor. Everything that you can't stand. And why do we deal with it? Hoping that one day that this person is going to change, that they're going to be held accountable. Isn't that something, though? That it seems like with a narc, that their karma doesn't come the way normal people's karma comes. Doesn't it kind of seem like that? Because you would think that, okay, if he was getting hit with the karma from all the lies and everything else that he's telling, he would stop doing it, right? Wrong. That's where we all get it wrong. They don't care about the consequence. As long as they did something to hurt you, they accept the consequence. And they do get it. He gets his too. They get it. But as long as they can do something to hurt you, as long as they can do something to hurt you and they can see that they hurt you, to them, the pain was worth it. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. Excuse me. And I think that's one of the reasons they came up with that saying, the person that they would cut off their nose just to spite their face. And you're thinking like, who thought of that? Somebody dealing with a narcissist. If they thought that, you love their face and love how they look, they would do something to distort that, or they would do something to hurt you. They would, and that's where it comes from. They would cut off their own nose to spite their face, because that's how sick they are. That's how obsessed they are with doing something to hurt you, doing something to hurt people. Trump, we're all under the president, and we just kind of we're just waiting around like cattle. We're waiting around like cattle, and we don't know where this ride is about to take us, but everybody is uncertain. Everybody's a little nervous about how things are changing, and it's just no fun. It's nothing fun about it right now. And again, I just said I wanted to come and talk to you guys and make this video about the narcissism just from the highest level, to just give us a different way of looking. And think about this. All of the people who watch this narcissism every day, watch this narcissist get away with things. That's where it comes from. When you have a leader that is on that level mentally, then you have a people that are affected by it. And look at this guy. I'm not going to say he's the first narcissist president by far. Hell no. No. We've had several, maybe all of them, to some degree. But, this is the effect that the ill leadership and the leadership of a narcissist will have on an entire country. And then you can even say in the world, because if he holds the most powerful position in the world, which he claims, then that's why you have worldwide narcissism. Anytime that I'm seeing right here from right outside Washington, D.C., I'm seeing people hit my page from almost every continent on the globe about narcissism. So, and I imagine that, it's a lot of other countries have to deal with the same exact thing. But again, that's what this video is about, just from the higher up levels. And then you see it trickle down. And when you start to watch how people in leadership, how they misuse their power, how they lie and connive, and do things just that are totally immoral, that's where you can start to put it together with how someone brings that into a relationship and just makes that relationship with you just torment and hell. But that's my video, guys. Again, I want to thank everybody who looks at my videos, who likes, who shares, who have subscribed to it. Thank you. I appreciate you. All of the comments. I am going to get to everybody, and I'm going to be putting out some more videos, soon. I'm going to get a lot more consistent with it. I've been kind of spacing them out, but I see that they're definitely being welcomed. So, I do appreciate you guys. Again, I thank you, and I'll have another video out for you guys soon. All right.